Meghan Markle is returning to acting with a cameo in the indie comedy Close Personal Friends. That's the headline, and honestly, it's already giving off the faint whiff of desperation. Let's be crystal clear, this isn't a lead role, not even a supporting one. It's a cameo. She pops in, drops a line or two, maybe flashes that trademark smile. The one that says, "I'm humble, but I own 6 stylists," collects a check, and vanishes like her Spotify deal. The film wrapped last month in Los Angeles, quietly, of course, because nothing screams Duchess of Sussex like sneaking onto a low-budget set in the Valley and pretending it's a comeback tour. This marks her first on-screen appearance since quitting Suits in 2018 to marry into the royal family, and then quitting the royal family in 2020 to chase privacy. Privacy apparently now includes red carpet premieres, paparazzi flashes, and a desperate grasp for relevance. Let's talk plot. Close Personal Friends follows elite women navigating friendship, drama, and betrayal. The irony writes itself. Let's be crystal clear. This isn't a lead role, not even a supporting one. It's a cameo. She pops in, drops a line or two, maybe flashes that trademark smile, the one that says, "I'm humble, but I own 6 stylists," collects a check, and vanishes like her Spotify deal. The film wrapped last month in Los Angeles. Quietly, of course, because nothing screams Duchess of Sussex like sneaking onto a low-budget set in the Valley and pretending it's a comeback tour. This marks her first on-screen appearance since quitting Suits in 2018 to marry into the royal family, and then quitting the royal family in 2020 to chase privacy. Privacy apparently now includes red carpet premieres, paparazzi flashes, and a desperate grasp for relevance. Let's talk plot. Close Personal Friends follows elite women navigating friendship, drama, and betrayal. The irony writes itself. Meghan's real-life friendships have been dropping faster than Spotify dropped archetypes. Jessica Maroney vanished after that race row. The Clooneys haven't mentioned her since the wedding, probably too busy sipping Negronis with actual A-listers. Even Oprah, Saint Oprah, seems to have quietly moved on to shinier, less drama-filled projects. This movie might as well be a documentary. Call it The Real Housewives of Montecito: The Fall of the Fab Four. Let's rewind for a second. Meghan left Suits at the peak of her fame. She was Rachel Zane, confident, polished, the paralegal everyone rooted for. Then she traded that fictional success for a very real crown, a title, and a platform that could have changed lives. But instead of using it to champion good causes, she decided to torch the royal bridge and build a bonfire on it for Netflix to film. Remember Megxit? That tearful, "we're stepping back" announcement that sounded more like "we're storming out"? The Oprah interview where she claimed the palace was concerned about Archie's skin color? The endless victim narrative rolled out like a PR red carpet. Well, here we are, 5 years later, and she's back to playing pretend because the real world didn't quite buy her act. Meanwhile, the royal family she spent years dragging through the mud is thriving. King Charles, stoic, graceful, balancing his health battles with an unwavering sense of duty. Queen Camilla, remember when the press branded her a villain? Now she's out here hosting literary luncheons and charming global leaders. Talk about a redemption arc done right. And then there's the Prince and Princess of Wales. William, steady, sharp, unbothered, continues his mental health advocacy without airing family laundry on Netflix. Catherine, after her own health battle, glows with that quiet strength that no PR team can buy. That family photo at Anmer Hall last summer, pure magic. No filters, no tension, just real love and unity. The firm isn't just weathering the Sussex storm, it's sailing through it with the wind at their back. Public approval, sky high. The Sussexes, silent on every major issue. Gaza, climate change, even the king's health. The silence is deafening. And now this cameo. Let's not sugarcoat it. It isn't ambition, it's arithmetic. The math doesn't lie. The Netflix contract, $100 million, that produce a divisive docuseries, a flop cartoon, and an empty promise of upcoming projects. Spotify, terminated after Archetypes tanked harder than a Hallmark Christmas sequel. The jars are probably sitting in a Montecito garage next to Harry's unused Invictus merch. So yes, Meghan needs a paycheck. At 44, after burning every bridge from Buckingham to Beverly Hills, she's dusting off her old headshots and hoping Hollywood forgot. But Hollywood never forgets. It's like the royal court. Polite on the surface, savage underneath. And while Meghan is trying to sell herself as the comeback queen, the industry's whispering, "Weren't you the Duchess who quit everything?" Let's talk about Close Personal Friends. It's directed by a first-timer. Bold move for someone who needs a hit. Stars Laura Dern, who's probably wondering mid-shoot, how did I get here? And it's being billed as a sharp comedy about female friendship. Sharp? Please. This script sounds about as sharp as a butter knife. The budget? Under $10 million. That's not an indie darling. Let's hope it gets a limited release on Tubi money. Meghan's rumored role, a, quote, powerful businesswoman who shows up for one scene to deliver vague empowerment slogans like, "We rise by lifting others." One scene. That's not a comeback. That's a glorified extra with a better wardrobe. That's the acting equivalent of bringing a store-bought cake to a dinner party and pretending you baked it yourself. And Harry? Oh, he's supportive, reportedly cheering her on from Montecito while polishing his polo trophies and journaling his next therapy anecdote. Remember when he said he wanted to, quote, break the cycle of royal pain? Well, mission accomplished. You broke it, Harry, along with your family ties, your credibility, and your wife's Hollywood ambitions. Now the two of them sitting that $14 million mansion surrounded by chickens, candles, and the ghosts of failed ventures. Meghan's chasing roles, Harry's chasing relevance, and the world's chasing the next headline that doesn't include them. Here's the unvarnished truth. Meghan Markle isn't making a comeback, she's making a U-turn. From Duchess to desperate, one cameo at a time. The Unroyals called it years ago. The crown stays winning. The Sussexes, they're not even in the game anymore. They're sitting on the sidelines, holding a clipboard, pretending they're still players. The royal institution has seen centuries of scandal, heartbreak, and drama, but it always endures. Because it's bigger than any one person's ego, bigger than a Netflix script, bigger than an archetype. And while Meghan plays businesswoman number 3 in an indie comedy, Catherine is teaching the next generation of royals what real grace looks like. No microphones, no interviews, just quiet dignity. That's the difference between legacy and publicity. So here we are. Meghan's cameo is supposed to symbolize her rebirth. But let's be honest, it looks more like an epitaph. The Duchess who wanted to be Diana but ended up as a headline punchline. The woman who wanted to rewrite the narrative but forgot. You can't control the story when the world's already read the book. So what do you think, my royal realist? Is this the grand rebirth of Meghan 2.0 or just another sad rerun of a career that peaked on Suits? Drop your takes in the comments. Team Cameo or Team Cringe? If this one fired you up, smash that like button, share it with your royalist squad, and subscribe to the Unroyals for weekly takedowns, real talk, and zero sugarcoating. Until next time, stay loyal, stay fabulous, and remember, crowns don't chase cameras. Cameras chase crowns. Cheerio.